Well, we're happy to be here. I was so stoked, especially after reading Red Hill. I read Red Hill and I was like, number one, it crushed me as a mother. I was like, oh my God, there's no way I could do this. So, was it different writing an apocalyptic dystopian type book after writing contemporary?
It was so much more fun.
Was it?
Yes, I had a blast writing Red Hill. It's my favorite book that I've written so far. And I don't know, I find there's so much contemporary romance out there right now. I'm the person that likes to do what everybody else isn't doing. So it was very liberating for me.
That's good. What about the scenes that had to do with children in it? Was it really hard?
Oh, I bawled through half of it. I modeled those two girls after my own daughters. So every part of it that had to do with children, I'm a big saucy about kids anyway. So every part about children made me a little weepy, or a lot weepy in some cases.
It made me a lot weepy too. My husband's sitting there playing his video games. I'm like, ugh. He's like, what happened? I was like, I can't. You're killing me.
But you did.
But I did.
And you liked it.
I did. I loved it. And I liked.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's
Y'all
good.
know what group this is? Like
Four.
Yeah, it's,
And there's something walked in.
And I love the twist on the zombies. How they came about. It wasn't like most other science fiction out there where you just wake up dead. There was a reason behind it.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that aspect.
Thank you.
So what are you working on next?
Right now, I just finished a secret novella that comes out December 10th. It's going to be super fun. And then right now I'm working on Apollonia, which is a sci-fi romance. It's got more romance in it than Red Hill.
Mm-hmm.
Red Hill just has, a fraction. But because, there's only so much romance that can go on during an apocalypse. So, but this Apollonia has more romance in it, and it's going to be action-packed too. Just bam, bam, bam all the time. And that's how I like it. So
Yes. I'm excited about that. Okay. I just finished Hopeless last night. I have been putting it off for forever. My other co-blogger, she lives in Tennessee, and she's like, you've got to read this, you got to read this. It's like, no, because I used to be straight, I will not read contemporary because it mimics real life too much, and I want to escape. But I'm glad I've branched out into contemporary books because it means so much more, and I absolutely adore Holder. Completely. I finished that book last night, and I texted our co-blogger Jen, and I was like, this book killed my heart, and it made it beat again. And she's like, I told you. I was like, that's not what I want to hear. I want you to make it better. So, and I'm reading Losing Hope right now, and I'm loving Holder's point of view because it just adds so much more to it.
you should take that one. I know, right? Her answer. Barnes and Noble.
We are in Barnes and Noble. Then what are
No,
those?
it's Bam.
I was thinking those were notes. I was trying to figure out what those earrings were.
Will we get more Holder and Sky ever? Like just, maybe how
am
they're
gonna
doing down the road?
Well, I did a free novella with a little bit of them in it called Finding Cinderella, but it's mostly about Daniel and Six. But I am going to do something next year. It may just be another novella, but I want to do it over the whole group. So, but I don't know.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's really good. I know a lot of people they zero in on the bad guy. They always want, the bad boy persona, and Holder might seem like he has a little bit of that, but I mean, he's really such a great guy in all aspects. Was it hard writing a guy that was just really good in his heart without
It's hard for me to write a bad guy. Like, I wanted to start out, that book was going to be totally different. He's actually going to be kind of an ass, but I tried. I really tried. They all end up being good guys. I guess because I'm married to a good guy, you know, and I've never been really attracted to jerks. So it's hard for me to write a jerk and make him appealing. So,
Well, a part of me, honestly, I think that's good too, because realistically, I have a daughter. I really don't want her going for the bad guy. I want her to find somebody who's just inherently good. They have their issues, but they're good people. Because I don't want to be holding her crying over this guy who just ripped her heart out.
Sometimes you need to kiss a lot of toes to find a friend.
True story. First-hand experience in that. So what are you working on next?
This is the second time they've knocked.
I know. Come in.
Or not?
I just finished a book called Baby Someday that's going to be out March 18th.
Sweet. What's that about?
I haven't really revealed that yet. I will be
sweet.
revealing it in November. I'm going to be doing a big blog post about it. It's supposed to be November 7th, but I think it's going to be the 14th now because it's taken me a minute to get everything together while I'm traveling. So
Oh, that is completely understandable. Well, can't wait for that reveal.
I'm
Because, like
excited
I
about
said,
that one.
I am now hooked
Good.
on y'all. Okay, Abby.
I need to go find on my phone now. I know all the answers to these questions because we've been asking so much. It's not that I don't care about it. It's just I can answer for them if you wanted me to.
What can we expect in the sequel to Twisted Perfection?
So you've not read the sequel to Twisted Perfection?
No.
You're ready for the print? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. Simple Perfection. It has 3 big twists in it. No one sees coming, not even my editor. It was not, I didn't put them in there for excitement purposes. I put them in there because that's where the storyline was going all along. One of them's painful. The other 2 are just surprising. And I think the last one kind of gives people a little bit of, oh, I get it now kind of moment from the painful one. So that's all I can say without giving it away, because it seems like everything in Simple Perfection just kind of unfolds with another, oh, I didn't realize that kind of moment. So
Yeah. So I guess that's pretty much Stella and Woods are going to have some hardships coming up.
yes, definitely.
Was it hard writing about all the stuff that Della went through? Like in Twisted Perfection, her flashbacks and when she would just kind of hole up in herself. Was it really hard to write that?
It was. I had to do a lot of research on it that I didn't have to do. Are you videoing me? That I didn't have. I think she is. That I didn't have to do for most of my books because they are contemporary romance. They don't typically require that much thought. But her issues and how she grew up was something I had actually seen firsthand when I was younger. And these people that lived in our town. So I had that, but I didn't really know them. So I had to do a lot of research on how kids would react to that kind of situation. So anyway.
Instagram and fools.
Can we put y'all on Instagram?
Sure.
Too late, I already did.
It's already done.
Okay, with NaNoWriMo coming up, were any of your books, did they start out as NaNoWriMo projects?
It doesn't take me a month to write a book, so no.
Can you say that one more time?
It doesn't take me a month to write a book, so no.
Yeah, I didn't even know what that was.
I
when
didn't
wrote
either.
my
Just to be
first
quite
book.
honest, I had no idea what it was.
I do think I really want to do that this November
Because you can do it. Is that when you want to do it?
because I have to finish this book. It's due in January and I haven't started it yet.
Oh, yeah.
So that would be cool.
Yeah. Any advice for people who might be participating in NaNoWriMo when it comes to writing or getting stuck? Because we're participating and I've got an idea of how I want it to go, but I don't know how to get there.
Write every day. Write even when it sucks. You can erase it tomorrow. If you have writer's block, you're bored. You erase and start where you're not bored again and start writing again.
If you think it's sucking and it's going to be horrible, not everybody hates it, you're doing it right. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's what every writer thinks.
Yeah.
We all do.
If you don't
Say
feel
that again.
if you don't feel emotion to
If you feel like you're doing not, if you feel like it sucks and nobody's going to like it, you're doing it right because everybody, all writers feel that way.
yeah,
Not all of them. I saw that.
Break a share.
No, I mean, I've noticed, like, some just really think they're brilliant.
not me. When I'm
Yeah,
done with them, I'm always
It's the
like,
ones
God,
that
it
aren't
sucks.
that great. Except for Nicholas Sparks.
Does anyone ever like reread their books?
We have to, like, 20 times.
Yeah,
you know,
it
because
is.
they go through
Yeah.
so many
Even
rounds
this-
of edits.
By the time they're out
Oh.
of print, I don't want to look at them
You
again.
mean
After
like
that,
afterwards?
yeah, afterwards,
because
to
it's
get-
really hard because you can't change anything, and you
Right.
just cringe through the whole
No,
thing.
Existence was on the free book of the week a while back, and I bought it because it was free. So I regret it. It was the first time I ever did it.
Really?
And I was like, wow. Long way. So, yeah.
So, what was I going to say? I was going to say something.
What are y'all's Instagram?
Mine's at Bookish Things. Do you even have an Instagram?
I don't. I know.
You are missing out. We've
I
got
hear
so much
that.
on Instagram this week.
I know, I'm looking through there and I'm pausing on y'all, so I was like, these ladies.
Oh, by the way, did you
I
know that?
know.
Very cool.
I saw y'all got them.
Show. We all have
Oh,
matching.
that is so cool.
Now.
No.
You need lotion.
I do too. That's what I was feeling when I looked down at it.
How long has it been?
A couple days.
Really?
Did it
Arizona.
when we were in Phoenix, whatever day that was. That was there.
Oh, cool.
One day this week.
It's all over
It all
together.
just starts blurring together.
It's called Colleen's Book.
Now, I may just use those as like prizes today. I'm sorry.
She had a moment.
We're a little
Hey.
spacey today. I'm so
Oh, no.
sorry.
Yeah.
This Q&A is going to be interesting.
Oh no. How hard has
Yeah.
it been on y'all? Because I know y'all are going like every day.
I think it's
to a
been
new
fine
city.
for me until today. I think it just finally caught up to me this morning. I was so tired, but I did still win getting down to the lobby. So
You did. It's been harder on me today just because Keith came last night and left this morning, and so I've kind of been oppressed.
And she's
I'm
kind
trying
of
to
sad
get over it.
because
They're
my
both-
husband's here
yeah,
and he's taking me home and
she's-
driving me to Oklahoma tomorrow. So I get to go home for a night, and she
she's
gets
getting to go home tomorrow. So
Poor
I miss
Abby.
my kids.
It's been a struggle for me every day. I had major surgery a few weeks ago. I feel like I'm pregnant again, and like I get morning sickness, and I vomited at one of the book signings the other night, and that was like super awesome. And it's just been a struggle for me every day. So I've been super exhausted, I'll probably sleep for 2 weeks after this.
Oh, I don't blame you
Yeah.
at all. Not even
You're
a little
tough
bit.
for being able to do that
I
after
have
a
like
major
6
surgery.
scars right here.
Oh.
I'm just in bad shape.
Poor Jamie.
I know.
It's okay. I'm did it to myself.
Eh, You're a trooper for still going, because I would have been like, nope, I'm staying in bed. Sorry, guys.
Well, we don't have a choice. They are slave drivers, and they're super, they
Make
beat
you
us
sit
if
on
we
the floor
don't.
at the airport.
And actually, this whole winter thing, we don't get a prize for winning, but we get beaten if we lose. So we don't want to lose, and I lose every day. And so I'm not feeling
No,
good.
you won.
I
You
get
won
beaten.
Arizona.
I've won twice. Thank you very much.
I don't remember the other time you won.
Dayton. It's Dayton.
I don't remember anything about Dayton.
Yeah.
It was too long ago.
I won a Dayton, but
That
I
was
won
Monday.
twice.
I don't remember
But the other
Monday.
days I get beaten, and I don't feel good, and I'm beat up, and she's the worst one. She's mean. She brought a paddle.
So, I guess is anything else y'all want to add? This is my first contemporary type signing, except for Red Hill, because it's not really contemporary.
Right.
And even my husband's like, how can you put romance in a zombie novel? I'm like, dude,
So easy.
somebody's got to have to get it on at one point or another. The stress gets to you.
I think at some point in time it was just assumed because I've written romance that this was going to be a romantic novel. And I think that was kind of just carried that way this whole time. And I've said, it's not a romance, it's not a romance. But yet it's been said that it's a romance. And I think that's probably, it's not a romance.
no,
It's just
not even a little bit.
So, I think it's important to put it out there. It's definitely not a romance, but there is a romantic element to it, and that's kind of like the icing on top. That's your safe haven from the rest of us. It's kind of your downside.
Yeah. Yeah, you killed me with a lot of those. I was like, I don't want this person to live. I don't want this person to live. What? They live? And then I'm like, I don't want this person to die. What?
At every single signing, someone comes up to me and says, "You killed off my 2 favorite people." Thanks a lot. But unfortunately, in those types of things, that's what I did. I killed off my 2 favorite people, and there was a reason. I did that because you never know
Yeah.
who's gonna live the next day, who's gonna die, and that's why it's important that you love people like it's their last day on earth, because it might be.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I was a wreck. I'm like, she's for kids. For kids. And Brett's like, you don't have to worry. We got this. I'm like, I'm glad you have faith in us being able to do this because I don't.
We've got it. I keep it in the back of my mind all the
Have
time.
windows by your
Actually,
doors. What else was it you say?
Yeah.
Metal doors?
Yeah, metal doors. We have no glass doors in my home because of the
Well,
impending
Oklahoma,
zombie
if the
apocalypse.
zombies come.
We have no, you know how sun doors have the glass, the long glass sliver? Nope, we did not do that because zombies can get through those, man. I built a pool house in my backyard. It's a 2-story, it's like a guest house and pool house. My house is only 2,400 square feet, so I wanted, you know, to bring all of our families over for Thanksgiving stuff. There's a big all-purpose room in there. It's a steel building. There's no windows on the bottom floor, and it's all metal, and there's storage with a pantry and a gun safe, and that's where we go.
So Red Hill was kind of mimicked after your house.
No, it was actually inspired by, I was actually an x-ray tech, and
Oh, wow.
I actually worked for a doctor named Dr. Hughes. Dr. Hayes is an old. His name is Dr. Hughes, but Brandon Ashley are actually his daughter, so I changed his last name. So, you know,
Yeah.
I want to put their names out there. But I went out and cleaned for him in the middle of nowhere. It took me 2 hours to get there. I cleaned for him when I was in X-ray school. And when I was out there, I was like, this would be the best place to come if zombies were here because there's like nobody around. You can see, you know, it's kind of elevated. You've got a hill, so they would have to come over the hill to get to you. I mean, it's perfect.
See, so my house is perfect.
I told you.
Because where we only live on an acre of land, but you can't see our house from the road unless the lights are on and it's nighttime.
Yep.
And even then, you have to, there's like this big slant before you get down there. And then I saw the tin cans wrapped around the house in Red Hill. I was like, Brad, we got to start saving cans again. He's like, why? I was like, because we're going to need them when the zombie apocalypse happens. We got to start saving cans.
Whatever.
And he just laughed at me. He was like, no, dude, I'm serious here.
That's why I think it's so funny when people say, oh, she got the farmhouse and the doctor from season 2 of Walking Dead. I'm a huge Walking Dead fan, but I came in with this book 3 years, or actually 2 years before I ever watched The Walking Dead.
Yeah,
So,
I've
they got
only
it from
seen
me.
season 1.
It's so good.
It makes it hard with the little one because she's terrified of zombies. Now my older one, he's a zombie loving fool.
That's how my oldest is. She and I are super, just like Jenna in the book.
Mhm.
That's Scarlett and Jenna are me and Eden, and we love it. We got all that stuff.
You ladies do in the zombie apocalypse.
Call Jamie.
Oh, Jamie.
That's my plan.
Go to Oklahoma.
What are we
She's
doing?
prepared.
Give us a copy of that book.
Right now, I think she's a little loony. So, but if it happens, we will be calling her first person. She's prepared.
Yeah. You think I'm crazy till it happens.
That's what I tell my husband. He's like, you think about this way too much. I was like, nope.
Crazy like a
I
fox.
don't. I said, I already know what houses I will go to in case.
Because think about it. I mean, of all the supernatural, paranormal books out there, zombies are the most likely to happen.
See, I think vampires are.
No way.
I think vampires are.
No way.
I think those are so much more believable.
Immortality. Fangs. drinking
Okay,
blood.
you grew up in church, right? In the Old Testament, when the angel, the son of man, fell in love with the son of God, and they procreated, what do you think happened to those
Some
beings?
Nephilim.
What do you? I don't think that. I don't think that's what happened.
They were giants. It was Goliath.
That's,
Yeah, I did.
how many
research
things
for
in
that
the
for
Bible
Providence.
have been redone?
I did research for that. For
I did
Providence.
too, and I
It's
think that
Nephilim.
that's what happened to them.
No.
I think they're
They
vamps.
think they got. You think that they drink?
I don't think they're Edward Cullen. I think they're Dracula. Okay, I think they kill you. Yeah, I do. I always tell Keith when I get home late at night, it's dark outside to come get me so the vampires don't. I'm ready to inside first.
Just like in Red Hill, I think it just take one crazy scientist, just be crazy and morbid.